Just as a heads up for that, it doesn't really, hopefully not affect anybody. So just a little bit of key information ahead of summer exams to start with. So you should all have received your exam timetable. If you haven't, then it's likely that I have it or your form tutor may still have it. So please come and see me or see your form tutor if you don't have it. On that exam timetable, there's also some information about how you can log into an online version of it. It will have information about your access arrangements as well, if you have those, and also some information about something called contingency days. So they're just days that there aren't currently any exams scheduled, but you do need to be available on those days just in case an exam gets rearranged. I've never known that to happen, but it potentially could happen. So you just need to be available on those days. The last one is the 26th of June. So just make sure if maybe your parents are booking a holiday or something like that, make sure that you're available up until that day. Again, this has never happened, but potentially if there was to be a fire alarm during an exam, we won't schedule any drills during exams. But if there is a fire alarm during an exam, remain calm, follow instructions given by invigilators. You do need to remain in exam conditions if that happened. Again, not anticipating that will happen, but just in case. On the subject of invigilators, you guys have been really good throughout your mock exams, being really polite to the invigilators, treating them as members of staff. That is even more important than ever as we go into the summer series. We're all going to be a little more stressed than normal because it's our real exams. We're maybe putting pressure on ourselves to do well, and that's a good thing. We don't really have time to be dealing with issues where students are not being very nice to invigilators or not treating them with the respect that is needed. So please ensure you're treating those invigilators as members of staff, following all the instructions as you should do from them, and we'll get through this summer nice and smoothly. Again, if you've got any questions or any worries, then please come and speak to me, speak to your form tutor, speak to Mr. Fortune. We're all here to support, and we're all working as a team to get through this. This will feel like a long way away, but your results date is here, and just some information there. So you'll get more information when the exams are over. But it's just a heads up, really, date for your diary that results is on the 22nd of August. Again, any questions, just direct them towards us. So main purpose of this morning is just to go through, and it should be reminders. You should know these things already from the amount of mock exams you've done, but just some guidance on what the exam day will look like, and just to ensure we're all on the same page and we're not getting things wrong. So just to reiterate here, this is all guidance that has come out from the exam boards. This isn't us saying this. We're just following the guidance that is sent to us by the exam boards, and it's really important that we follow these rules exactly to avoid any drama of any issues with anybody's results. So make sure you know date, time, location for your exams. Make sure you're on time on those days. I don't really want to be coming around picking people up, but we do have that process in place where myself, Mr. Fortune, Miss Davis, the attendance team will be out picking you up if necessary, but we don't want to do that. We want to be in school. We want to be supporting you. So please make sure you have your timetable. You know exactly what's happening on what day. If you do have any issues on the day of an exam, which hopefully won't happen, then just contact the school in the normal way, speak to the attendance team, and they'll pass that on to us. But just make sure you know your timetable inside out and you know what's coming up. You know this already, and we've talked about this at great length previously, but please don't have your phone with you in your exam venue. So we have a really clear process of handing your phone in when you go into the exam. Similar with revision notes, you cannot take any of that into, you cannot have it on your person in the exam venue. So if you have any notes, either leave them in your bag or just leave them outside of the venue. Your phone, no one's phone has gone off in any mock exam, which is fantastic, but it's even more important in the summer exams. Last summer, I had a student who got disqualified from English and maths because they were caught on their phone in the exam, and that's just destroyed that person's chances. They've got to do them again. They're on a lower college course, you know. We just don't want that to happen to anybody, so please don't put yourself in that situation. Same with watches, smart watches especially. Just make sure, treat them like a phone, hand those in. You know this, you've done that, you've done 2 rounds of mock exams, you've got this right, but it's just to just to make it as low stress as possible, just follow this process exactly. Equipment inside the exams, this will all be provided for you. You know, you'll get a little pencil case on your desk. It will likely be a little bit warmer when we get into the exams, hope so anyway. So you will probably want to have a drink with you. Just make sure it's in a clear water bottle. Can't have a label on it. You'll be asked to take that off if it does. If you're bringing your own pencil case in, it must be a clear pencil case. And look, preferably please bring your own equipment. You have to write in black, so make sure you have black pens, but if you don't, then we will have them for you. Again, this shouldn't be new information. You've done lots of mock exams. It's just reminders to hopefully make it as low stress as possible. The invigilators are there to support you. They're there to give you instructions. If you need anything in the venue, as you always have done in the past, please be respectful, raise your hand, wait to speak to the invigilator. Everything in that exam venue should be silent. You'll have some exams where, especially science, there might be an exam continuing when you leave the venue, so you must leave in silence. Everything in that venue needs to follow what the invigilators are asking you to do. Sort of goes without saying, filling in your details on the front of your answer booklet. Don't be the person who forgets to write your name on. Do it when the invigilators tell you to. And again, just kind of de-stress that situation. If you need additional paper, again, the invigilator's there for you. Remember to add your details to that booklet as well. If you need the toilet or feel unwell, I wouldn't anticipate seeing toilet breaks in exams. It's the same process as in a lesson. I wouldn't expect you to be using exam time for the toilet, go before, go after, etc. But if you are desperate, then raise your hand. An invigilator will escort you from the exam room, and you must stay silent. I have to fill in a lot of paperwork if I have a report from an invigilator of somebody not being silent in the exam. I don't really want to do that. I want to be supporting you as much as possible. So please don't put yourself in that situation. Don't put yourself in a situation that might risk your grade or risk the grade of others just by needing to have a conversation. It's got to be silent in those venues. It's called malpractice if somebody ever gets it wrong. Phones is the biggest thing, and I'm not worried about that with you guys as a year group, but just make sure that we're not having any of those situations with any malpractice. There should be no notes, no phones, no noise in those exam venues, and we'll get through it nice and smoothly. Just a reminder to those of you who use a word processor, who use the IT rooms for your exam, please don't use anything else on the PC other than the resources provided for you for the exam. Please use the exam account provided for you, not your normal account. I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago, a student got disqualified, not just from the exam that they were doing on the PC because they Googled something, but from everything in that exam board. So they lost 6 or 7 of their GCSEs from just going on the internet during their exam. So please don't do that. The IT shouldn't let you do it, but you never know with these things. So just please make sure you're not putting yourself in any situation. And look, I don't want this to sound really scary. I just want it to be okay for you guys. I don't want to be in a situation where somebody's grades are at risk from a silly mistake. So it's all things you've done before, but just please get it right during the summer series, okay? So just final messages. Please be on time for everything. It's more important than ever to be on time, especially during the exam period. If you've got a morning exam, you need to be in for tutor time at 8:30. I would recommend getting here earlier. There's a breakfast club in the OC that Mr. Fortune and Miss Willow will be running. So be there for that. It is a really nice atmosphere there. Exam booster sessions will start this week for year 13, but for you guys, they'll begin next week because your exams start the week after. So the rest of the time, it's your normal timetable. Please follow that as normal, but your exam booster sessions will come into play very, very soon. I'm just finalising the timetable of those, so that'll be shared with you hopefully today. Morning intervention will stop after this week. So this Friday will be your last morning intervention session. After that, you're just with your form tutors. If you don't have an exam, please use that time for independent revision. Whether you've got your maths packs, English packs, science packs with you, whether you want to revise for an exam that's coming up the next day, please don't waste that tutor time. Make sure you're there on time. And if you don't have an exam, use that time wisely. Just a final reminder on your exam timetable, please make sure you've got that, your ID card as well. You must have that with you for every single exam. Okay, the invigilators, some of you are known to the invigilators, but they don't know you, they don't know who you are. They're external people, so you need an ID card with you that needs to be on your desk during your exam. If you lose that at any point, then go to the head of year office or come to my office next to Miss Parkin's student reception, and we'll have some spares. But again, I've got a lot of stuff to do on the morning of an exam, so the head of year team. So please have that ID card with you so you are ready and raring to go. And May half term, that will come around really quick. There's loads and loads of intervention happening during that half term week, so please ask your staff about that. Ask what sessions are available for each subject, and get yourself in at half term to get revising and keep yourself going. I'll come around the forms now, just to come and check in and see if there's any questions. This is, as I said before, this isn't designed to scare you or worry you. It's just some reminders just to hopefully get this right and get through it with as least stress as possible. We're all here to support you. As I've said to you all year, we're here to support each other as well. So keep it really positive with one another. Let's look after one another, teachers and students combined, and we'll get through and it'll be over before we know it. Okay, if you have any questions, I'll pop round now. Please also ask your form tutors who've all done this lots of times and will know the answers. But yeah, a couple of weeks left. Let's keep focused, keep being on time, and let's get revising and get working. Okay, have a great Monday, Year 11. Thank you very much.